What's up, you Polygon MATIC token holders? What's up, you WET token holders and Bitcoin holders? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, money makers. I'm going to talk precisely in this particular video the big catalyst that is coming up on Wednesday that you want to keep an eye out. Let's take a look what's happening. What we'll do in this particular video, we'll pull a few charts and I have in front of me, we'll review Bitcoin, we'll review Polygon, we'll review VeCHAIN, and I'll share precisely how these three cryptocurrencies are correlated with each other in terms of the price point. I'll prove that within the chart as well, so don't miss out on that. We'll also talk about one of the big catalysts coming up with the consumer price index on Wednesday that can create some of the turbulence in the market and what you want to watch out for. That is going to be pretty amazing to really remember what's happening on Wednesday. There might be more hint from the Fed coming up very soon. You have seen what happened to stock market as well. Dow Jones ended with 162 points where Nasdaq was down for the entire day and managed to get back up, and Nasdaq just staged its biggest intraday comeback in nearly 2 years, ending positive after 2.7% plunge. So you want to consider that as well. We'll also talk about this consumer price index that I just talked to you and how this impacts, especially with the bank earnings, as well as the Fed is trying to taper the bond buying, as well as increase in the rates and inflation, how that can impact. So we'll talk about that. This is coming right after many years, this CPI data after 1982, fastest growth, so I want to talk about that. And we'll definitely take a look into fear and greed index. But looking ugly, crypto market crash intensifies after 300 billion sell-off. Before I go ahead, I just wanted to ask you to be sure to click the like button so we can reach to more and more people and share this catalyst that is coming up on Wednesday. There's a ton of FUD going on into the market and we want to share the research, analysis, and the best news possible and spread the word out. So your click is very much appreciated. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on some of the information and analysis I share with you. By the way, take a look, incentivizing after $300 billion sell-off, how low Bitcoin price can go. But the important thing that you note here is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is also a hedge against inflation. You may see that it might not be working out so well or balancing out at this price point, and Bitcoin with other stocks started going down, but there are really unique mix at the moment where Fed is talking about a ton of different things, not only bond tapering, they're also talking about some of the CPI data, they're also talking about raising the interest rates, some of the regulations into the cryptocurrency, launching some stable coin, and ton of other stuff into the mix. Why crypto is crashing, why Bitcoin is down today, BTC, Ether, Dogecoin, Cardano, everything was down. So it's not just one or two or any other crypto, but the crypto market as well as stock market both went down. Now, Bitcoin, Ether among cryptocurrencies losing value amid investor uncertainty. So there is basically talking about FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that is going on into the market. This is what sparked crypto market crash, price of Shiba Inu, Ether, Bitcoin, so on and so forth. Now, from Bitcoin crash to regulatory crackdowns that I just spoke with you, analysts gave their prediction for crypto in 2022. But what you want to remember is no one has crystal ball, and you want to do your due diligence, send dollar cost average on your crypto or on your stock, and trade based on that. Now, why Bitcoin is tumbling is because the Fed is fueling fear and uncertainty in crypto. Barron says that, and I 100% agree with that. But as an informed investor, you can do your own due diligence. So let's take a look. Right now, we are seeing that the crypto market cap is 1.93 trillion, which was about 2.25 trillion just before a few days. And it took a deep dive of 2.81%, as you see just right here, over the last 24 hours or the last day. Bitcoin went all the way to 39,000 and then it improved. Take a look at the chart right here, and it is down almost 10% in the last 7 days, 1.69% in just 24 hours. Now, if you want to take a look, I want to show you the chart how it traded in last 24 hours. So we were here stable, consolidating. So all of a sudden we took a dip. we got back up. So take a look at this chart, the way it pulls back just pretty sharply and gets back up. Take a look at the chart of Polygon. I'm showing you the Polygon chart. This is Bitcoin and this is Polygon. Take a look at the same time, they both went down and they started going back up. Rather, Polygon followed Bitcoin. The way it went down, Polygon also went down and it went back up. So Bitcoin went down and up and then down and up. Take a look at Polygon. It went down, went up, went down, and it went up and made higher and higher and higher lows. Now, let me reveal the chart of VeCHAIN. It is very similar. Take a look. Last 24 hours, went down, went up, went down, and created higher and higher and higher lows. What I'm trying to say is altcoin, especially with fundamentals and some business use cases, they follow what Bitcoin does. Remember, Polygon, VeCHAIN, Bitcoin, those are not the cryptocurrencies. They are just speculating based on the hype. What it does is Bitcoin, in my opinion, they have a stored value, and you can think like a gold of digital. It's a digital gold where people store therefore stored value. Polygon is a new cryptocurrency, relatively newer than Bitcoin, definitely with a massive potential to challenge Ethereum and build on that platform with a ton of catalysts coming up, given that they have 98% network utilization that spiked from nearly below 1%. If you take a look at VeCHAIN, that has a massive catalyst as well, and we have been talking about VeCHAIN can go 10x, including Polygon. Polygon can go 10x in 2022 as well, but VeCHAIN has massive potential because they have tie-up with Walmart. They're trying to solve the supply chain management issues. They also are working hand in hand with QR code to identify unique transactions and event with the IoT data. IoT, by that I meant to say Internet of Things, where you want to identify every unique event and give that event a specific filter out if you really need to. But let's go back to this catalyst that says that CPI, so the last time when we heard on this is CPI for all item rises 0.8% in November. Gas, food, shelter, vehicle indexes all rise. In November, consumer price index for all urban consumer rose 0.8% on a seasonal adjusted basis, rising 6.8% over the last 12 months. Now the next release is on January 2022, and this gets with a lot of momentum and a lot of fear as well. Market participants are bracing for another historic hot reading on inflation related to CPI data due out Wednesday on a year-over-year basis, because that is going to be one of the bigger one, because it will be revealing the last segment of 2021 that was in December, and the prices are likely surged by 7.1%, massive surge in December based on the Bloomberg consensus data, accelerating even more from November that we saw 6.8% year-over-year clip. That would mark the fastest rate increase since 1982, when CPI rose as much as 8.4% year-over-year, which is massive in my opinion, and economists are projecting that the inflation will move higher once again with the pace of plus 7% that they have added. Interestingly though, they think that this could be a turning point with the December marking peak in the year-over-year data, where we project to fall back in 2022. That will be at 3+%, and that will be once again a cycle rebounding itself. So this data is coming out on Wednesday that you want to keep in mind. Inflation data will be focused for this week, especially on Wednesday. That can fluctuate the market. This is one of the big catalysts that you want to remember that can come with more market meltdown. After that, in my opinion, we may stable, and then we gradually go into the positive direction for the cryptocurrency price point that receives the Bureau of BLS latest consumer price index, or CPI as you say, as the Federal Reserve's next monetary policy moves remain in focus as well. Quarterly earnings season is also ramping up, with big banks are reporting the results that can also impact some of this data. After all, Wednesday's CPI data that are expected to reveal inflation continued acceleration in December. That is going to hit 7% the first time after 1982. So think about it, this is going to be huge because after so many decades, we are also seeing the spike into the inflation. That is anything suggesting a more cautious approach that could be a surprise into the meltdown, or that could be a good news as well if it comes out a better number than what the market is expecting. But take a look at the market forecast for the Fed funds rate. That is also going to be an impact for all of us, and that will give some of the pointers to the economy as well. Now, if you take a look at the fear and greed index, we have been mostly into either extreme fear or in fear for last few weeks. If you take a look at for last month, that means last 4 weeks, we are looking into the fear index of 16, which means people were super fearful. There was super uncertainty and doubt, not only into the crypto market with the added mix that what the Fed is saying, stock market was also down and it was trying to find its way through where to go. What we see is after Wednesday's CPI data, we may have some pointers as to where we are headed, but you want to also remember that last week we were in fear with 29, yesterday extreme fear with 23, and right now we are definitely in extreme fear. But as I always say, when we are in fear, you want to consider that you cannot really get Polygon at $2 when there will be greed. And so does VeCHAIN that we did not really see 7 and actually 6.9 level when many of us maybe bought it. And I did a video on VeCHAIN that you want to consider. And we started seeing the volume going up. So take a look, 25% volume up in last 24 hours. As I just mentioned, $316 million were traded just in the last 24 hours. And that was the case for Polygon as well. That is a pretty massive good sign. Polygon is up 35% in volume. In my opinion, that suggests that the market may rebound, but you want to be cautious for next few days. So take a look. Right now, this gray area is the volume that is going up, and you will see very similar for VeCHAIN as well. We want to take a look for 1 month and you should be able to see clearly. So we took a dip into the volume and now right now we are ramping up in volume. More volume usually turns out pretty good for cryptocurrency. While we are down 6%, we are trying to catch up this 6% very quickly. That will bring up VAT price back close to 8 cents. And that's what precisely I've been saying, that 1 cent gain on 8 cents is massive, but you are looking into quadruple return, double, 2x, 3x, 5x, up to 10x return in 2022, given the catalysts upon us. So do your own due diligence, research and analysis. Be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, doesn't really cost you anything. Your support will be super helpful, and also turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.